I The soft revolution, how Black women entrepreneurs are redefining success. Have you ever had that moment when someone tells you that's not how things are done, and something inside you whispers, "Watch me"? That quiet defiance, that's where revolution begins. I recently had the extraordinary privilege of sitting down with Tasia Mayes for the Soft Girl Era podcast. If you haven't encountered Tasia's work yet, you're missing one of the most powerful voices reshaping how we think about Black entrepreneurship today. Her insights don't just inspire, they transform. Through her platform, she's created a sanctuary where ambition meets authenticity, where the strength and softness is celebrated rather than diminished. What emerged from our conversation wasn't just another entrepreneurial pep talk, it was a masterclass in what happens when Black women refuse to shrink their dreams to fit into space never designed for them in the first place. Tasha's insights revealed something profound about the journey of Black women entrepreneurs, particularly in the food industry. The path forward isn't about hardening yourself against rejection. It's about something far more revolutionary, embracing your uniqueness as your superpower while maintaining that soft, determined core that refuses to be deterred. The stories she shared weren't just inspiring, they were blueprints for possibility. When we look at the landscape of entrepreneurship in America, we're often fed this narrative that success requires a certain pedigree, connections, or resources that many of us simply don't have access to. But what if the very things that make you an outsider are actually your greatest competitive advantages? Consider Pinky Cole, founder of Slutty Vegan. After losing her first restaurant to a fire, a devastation that would have permanently sidelined many, Cole didn't just rebuild, she revolutionized. Starting with just $10,000 in savings and operating initially from her apartment, she launched a food truck in Atlanta in 2018 that would transform how an entire community viewed vegan food. The skepticism was real. Vegan food? In communities where soul food and meat centered dishes were cultural touchstones? The banking system wasn't exactly rushing to fund this Black woman's vision either. But Cole understood something fundamental that Tasia emphasized in our conversation. Your uniqueness isn't something to apologize for, it's your market differentiation. Cole didn't just create another vegan burger. She created an experience with provocative naming that generated buzz and a social media strategy that turned customers into evangelists. What began as a single food truck expanded into multiple brick and mortar locations across several states, with hours long lines becoming the norm at new openings. But here's what's truly remarkable, and what Tasia highlighted as essential. Cole didn't stop at business success. She established the Pinky Cole Foundation, which supports entrepreneurship in underserved communities and provides scholarships to juvenile offenders. Her success became a platform for community transformation. This pattern of resilience, innovation, and community impact emerged repeatedly in our conversation. Take Tina Howell's journey with island cuisine. When the 2008 recession claimed her job, Howell didn't just seek another employer, she became one. Armed with Caribbean family recipes and determination, she launched a food truck with minimal resources but a powerful vision. The obstacles were formidable: banking discrimination when seeking loans, limited business knowledge as a first generation entrepreneur, stereotypes about food trucks and Caribbean cuisine. But as Tasha emphasized, perseverance isn't just about pushing through, it's about finding creative pathways around barriers that seem immovable. Howell participated in entrepreneurship programs specifically designed for minority business owners. She developed standardized recipes and procedures to make her business scalable. She focused on building relationships with community leaders who could open doors traditionally closed to people who looked like her. The result? Island cuisine expanded from one food truck to multiple locations, including franchises, and secured contracts with major venues, including Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. She won the Shark Tank style competition at the Black Enterprise Entrepreneurs Summit. And perhaps most importantly, she now mentors other minority entrepreneurs, particularly women looking to enter the food industry. This is what Tasia described as the ripple effect of Black women's success. How one breakthrough creates pathways for countless others. Then there's Chef Maxwell Hardy, who, after success as the private chef for celebrities, including NBA star Amare A. Stoudemire, made the deliberate choice to return to his hometown of Detroit. His mission to revitalize the city's food scene and create opportunities in underserved communities through his food truck. The challenges were significant. Detroit's complex regulatory environment, financing difficulties as a Black entrepreneur, and negative perceptions about operating in economically disadvantaged neighborhoods. But Hardy's approach embodied what Tasia identified as a crucial success factor: community collaboration as a business strategy. Hardy partnered with community organizations to build local support. He developed a unique culinary style blending Caribbean and Detroit influences. He created training programs to employ local residents with limited experience. His food truck became the foundation for multiple restaurants, including Coop Caribbean Fusion, Jed's Detroit, and River Bistro, making him a pivotal figure in Detroit's culinary renaissance. Beyond his restaurants, Hardy founded the One Chef Can 86 Hunger Foundation, authored cookbooks, and was named one of the top 16 Black chefs in America by the New York Times. His success has inspired a new generation of food entrepreneurs in Detroit, particularly in Black communities. These stories illuminate the three essential truths that Tasha emphasized in our conversation. First, perseverance isn't optional for Black entrepreneurs, especially in industries where representation is limited. The path to success requires determination despite being repeatedly overlooked. But, and this is crucial, perseverance doesn't mean suffering in silence or grinding yourself to dust. It means having the wisdom to recognize when to push forward, when to pivot, and when to pause for self care. Second, embracing your uniqueness is a strength in business. As Tasia pointed out, being a Black woman food truck owner means you bring perspectives and offerings to the market that others simply cannot. Your distinctive viewpoint isn't a liability, it's your competitive edge. And third, self belief and dedication are the foundations of entrepreneurial success. You are the primary driver of how far your dreams will go, regardless of external obstacles. That doesn't mean ignoring structural barriers or systemic challenges. It means refusing to grant them the power to define your possibilities. What struck me most about my conversation with Tasha was how she reframed the entrepreneurial journey for Black women. It's not about hardening yourself against a hostile world, it's about maintaining your softness, your creativity, your compassion, your community connection, while developing the strategic resilience to navigate systems not designed with you in mind. This is the essence of the soft girl era philosophy: understanding that softness isn't weakness, It's a form of power that allows you to bend without breaking, to absorb challenges without being diminished by them, to transform obstacles into opportunities. So, what does this mean for you? Whether you're dreaming of launching a food truck, scaling a tech startup, or revolutionizing any industry where people who look like you are underrepresented, it means creating a detailed business plan with contingency strategies for the obstacles you're likely to face. Not because you expect to fail, but because you refuse to be derailed. It means building a support network of fellow entrepreneurs who understand your unique challenges, not to commiserate, but to collaborate on solutions. It means committing to consistent, small actions daily that move your vision forward, even when progress seems slow or external validation is lacking. Because, as Tasia emphasized, overnight success is usually the result of years of invisible work. And perhaps most importantly, it means redefining success on your own terms. In a world that often measures achievement through metrics of individual gain, these entrepreneurs show us a more expansive vision, one where business success becomes a vehicle for community transformation. I want to leave you with this challenge. What would you build if you knew your uniqueness was your superpower? What would you create if you trusted that your community connections were strategic assets, not distractions? How would you move through the world if you recognized that your determination to succeed despite being overlooked isn't just personal ambition, it's revolutionary action? The world doesn't just need more businesses, it needs more businesses that expand our collective imagination about what's possible. It needs more leaders who understand that profit and purpose aren't opposing forces. They're complementary powers that, when aligned, can transform not just markets, but entire communities. So take that whisper inside you that says, "Watch me," and amplify it, not into a shout, but into deliberate, consistent action. Because the soft revolution isn't about making noise, it's about making change quietly, persistently, and with the unshakable confidence that comes from knowing your worth and the value of your vision, even when others don't yet see it. Your revolution starts now. And trust me, the world isn't ready for what happens when a soft Black woman decides to change it.